A new UN report has found that extreme weather events fueled by climate change are behind the more than 43 million child displacements from 2016 to 2021. The findings by UNICEF say there were about 20,000 such displacements on average every day. Nearly half of these displacements were recorded in three countries: the Philippines, India and China. The report looks at the impact of four types of climate disasters: floods, storms, droughts and wildfires in 44 countries. The data reflects the number of child displacements, not the number of children affected, and some of them may have been uprooted more than once. According to UNICEF, 40.9 million, now that is 95% of child displacements, were caused by floods and storms. Droughts triggered more than 1.3 million internal displacements. And wildfires impacted children around 810,000 times, especially in countries such as the US, Canada and Australia. The report also offers partial predictions of what could lie ahead. It projects that floods linked to overflowing rivers could lead to 96 million child displacements over the next 30 years. Cyclonic winds could force over 10 million displacements, and storm surges could lead to 7.2 million displacements over the same period. We spoke with Dr. Vinod Thomas about the UNICEF report. He is a visiting professor at the National University of Singapore and a distinguished fellow at the Asian Institute of Management in Manila.
The health impact, that's extraordinary. And I think the heat waves and the very high temperatures are breeding grounds for all kinds of airborne and other diseases and waterborne diseases, and children are extremely vulnerable. And then add to that the displacement that is particularly highlighted by this report, and there's a body of evidence around many other aspects as well. Those displacements are within the country and now increasingly also across borders. What that is doing is to raise the stakes, raise the risk of exploitation, sexual exploitation, child trafficking, and all forms of problems that we have always worried about, accentuated by this runaway climate change. And that is making the situation, the cascading effect of various things. Add to that the health problems, the COVID impacts and so on, to a level that requires really urgent action. I guess the bottom line is the awareness of this problem needs to be at such a level that the priority for investing and spending and taking action on this needs to speed up.